Hello, welcome to another tutorial on Samira. This is a walkthrough of the new features in SimHERA version 4.0.
Okay, the brief overview of Samira version 4.0. New feature here, we have a user manual. Just go to help, user manual, and here's the user manual, and you can look through all of the different features in Samira, and the description of those can be found in this manual. There are different modes now. It used to be open mode. We have a training mode, we have a game mode, and we still have the two assignment modes. So those assignment modes are used for instructors and students to doing assignments and for grading. Training mode is an open mode where you can do anything you like. And game mode, it's actually to compete against yourselves and others and score experience points. So those experience points will get you to rank up. As you can see here, there's the tester information, your student level, or your level, in my case is student level 2 with 573 experience points. Patient setup, check out the other videos to show you how to do patient setup for auditory evoke potentials. There's tympanometry, acoustic reflexes, and DPOAs here. We can randomly simulate infant and adults. We can look at the case review for being on or off, if the information, load cases, save cases, score reports. There's an automatic scoring of your case reports, and you can save the report as a PDF. So under the Simulate Case tab, we have patient information. As you can see here, you can select your own avatars. Lots of information about thresholds. You can draw your own thresholds, create your own audiograms over here on the right. And for air, bone conduction, effective masking, occlusion effect, as well as intraoral attenuation. Psychometrics, looking at behavioral reliability. Tympanometry, you can also draw your own timps if you like, or use the default ones that are given per case. And we have the AEP information for wave latencies and some other parameters here. There's a case report where you can report of your results for the behavioral audiogram, speech audiometry, otoacoustic emissions, tympanometry, acoustic reflexes, neurological ABR peaks, latencies, and the AEP thresholds, and then type in your summary and recommendations. The audiometry happens over here for behavioral audiometry, and we have the patient in the booth set up already, and the audiometer down here with all of its settings, and the results are up here on the right. And I can see that we've already put in a threshold for the 1000 hertz. Now what's really neat and new to Samira is you can display the auditory filters. And here are the thresholds shown in the blue here in the shaded region. So anything above that, so lower threshold, the patient wouldn't hear. And the activation of the auditory filters are shown in the green shaded area. And that blue line is the actual stimulus power by frequency. And so what we can see here in this example is that there is a stimulus coming into the left ear, and it's below threshold, but because of the crossover of stimulation into the right ear, the patient would respond. And so if we presented, we'll get a response to the patient raising their hand, but that's because it is a crossover stimulation. So you'd need to put in some masking, and we can put in some broadband masking in the right ear, so contralateral masking. Let's say we put in 60 dB, and it'll update all of this. And you see that we could mask out that crossover stimulation. So moving on to the evoked responses, we have a evoked response module for doing all the different types of auditory evoked potentials, ECOG, ABR, MLR, cortical auditory evoked potentials, late auditory evoked potentials becoming later, and steady state responses. And again, with the auditory filters, there is a analogous one for looking at auditory evoked potentials, which is the cochlear activations. And this is the flip of that. So think about these as the envelope of the traveling wave, or now the green cochlear activations. And you can see the stimulus energy there and the thresholds. And again, we're stimulating at 50 dB, 55 dB NHL, and we're getting some crossover stimulation in the right ear. So we'd have to put in a gain masking in the right. And we can see that we are getting that activation looking at the ABRs. These are the ipsilateral ones on the top and the contralateral recordings on the bottom. You can see a nice wave 5 in the contralateral recording. So we can do a whole host of auditory evoke potential testing in Samira, and you can view the cochlear activations when you're in training mode. What's also new is that there's an automatic scoring of all the assessments and tests that you're doing, from tympanometry, acoustic reflexes, DPOEs, and then behavioral. And what we can see here is we have, I'm just going to restore this, looking at the intensity series for the different tests that we're doing for 1000 hertz left ear AAC. And then those test scores are based on the protocols that are being set and what order that you're doing your different tests in, and you can set these or you can use default protocols. And lastly is gameplay. So I'm just going to enter into game mode here. So in the game mode, we have a professional profile. You have your tester name and your position. Well, my position currently is student, level 2 with 576 experience points. You can also go ahead and choose your avatar, whatever you like there. And your experience points will be uploaded to a leaderboard, a global leaderboard showing you where you rank. And currently I'm ranked number 1 because there are only a few users because I haven't launched this yet. But that leaderboard will fill up quickly once we go ahead and launch. And you can gain different specialities depending on what type of testing you do and what clinic you are going to be working in. So there are 4 different clinics in the gameplay. We have adult behavioral clinic, pediatric behavioral clinic, an auditory evoke potential adult clinic, and pediatric clinic for AEPs. And the more that you do testing for the different cases in these different clinics, the higher the rank of the clinic will get, as well as the higher rank you will get and level that you will get as a position will also increase from student all the way up to senior audiologist or managing audiologist. You can gain specialities and achievements in game mode, and you can compete against your fellow classmates if you know what their name is and say, hey, I'm ranked higher than you are. So these are the very brief introduction to the features in SimHERA 4.0. Check out the other videos that will go into each of these features and modules in detail. And I hope that you have fun playing with SimHERA and have fun learning. I'll see you next time.